Hello everyone, it's your girl Caitlin back with a new video. Today I'm going to be doing a story time about the first time that I saw a girl do heroin in her chin. First and only, put that out there. I'm going to start from the beginning of the night and kind of the whole trip. So there was 4 other girls besides me going on this trip to Miami. It was my friends Spencer, Ariana, Morgan, and Sarah, and me obviously. And we were going to Miami for about like 4 or 5 days, and we were going for Rolling Loud, which is a festival down there. And we got down on Wednesday night at like midnight, and then Thursday night we decided to go out, like we had a good time, whatever. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was Rolling Loud, which we didn't go out after that. We just kind of went home afterwards. Monday was our last night there. And so we're like, we're going to go big. We went to the beach on Monday, whatever, and then we came home and prepared for us going out. So on Monday nights in Miami, there's not anything really open super late on a Monday. So we ended up getting down there. And we're driving to, it's called Wynwood down in Miami. So we see this hookah bar, had loud music coming from it. So we went there and it was really fun. We just sat and, ate some food, had a good time. And then we started walking. Mind you, me, Morgan, and Spencer all have IDs. And Sarah doesn't. So we were just going to try to figure out how to get her in. It's a Monday night, so we were just like, we think that we can do it. We can just probably sneak her in. Like, we also came out to
impress.
Came out in tight dresses, heels, like slick bun, like we were ready. We had to get in. We had to get Sarah in. Like, see this club and there's loud music coming out of it. Like, loud, and everywhere else on Thursday it was crazy. Like, there was people everywhere, but on Monday, like, it wasn't that many people walking around and there wasn't like that many clubs open, but we saw this one open. So we're gonna give it a try. We were feeling confident. So we go in, and first person to go, I think, gave him my ID. It was fine. Then it was Spencer and Morgan. So I gave him my ID and he said something to me, the bouncer. I have no idea what he said. I was just focused, ready to get inside. He was like, "Why does your friend look so nervous?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know." So I walk behind him and I stare at Sarah, who is on the other side of him. And I look at her like this. I'm like, focus. You need to get in. Sarah is like, "Oh my gosh,
I forgot my ID, back at our place in Fort Lauderdale, please let me in." She's like,
so then I look at her as she's talking to her and I'm like, cry. So she's
like, "I don't know what to do."
And he was like, "No, I can't get you in. I can't get you in." And she's like, "I will pay you. I will pay you anything to get me in." He ends up being like, no. And we're like, "We will do anything for you to let her in." So he's like, "Oh, you guys just have to dance to Beyonce," because Beyonce's Single Ladies was playing. And I was like, "Bet. I like to dance. I will easily get you in, Sarah." So I'm looking at Sarah, ready for her to pop off to get into this club. She's literally just doing this.
All the single ladies, all the single.
To get into a Miami club, you're literally just going to dance like this. So I saw the fear in her eyes and I was like, "I got you, girl." Railing, and we are killing it. So we're dancing on this, over by this railing, which is right next to him. And we are already inside and she's outside. So I'm dancing for my life. I'm like, I have to get my best friend in. There's no way that I'm not going to go in without her, because I'm not just gonna leave her out there. I can't do that. So I'm dancing for my life. And as we start dancing, he's like, "All right, you guys can go in." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, thank you. You saved our life." So we walk in, see a guy from across the club. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this man is
so cute."
And so I see him staring at me and I'm like,
and
I knew I came out to impress. I was confident. I was feeling myself. I was ready to go. I told Spencer, I was like, dude, this guy's literally staring at me like I'm ready to rumble. Like I'm ready to go. And so I just see this guy and I'm like, guys, that guy's really cute, like whatever. And so I'm just dancing, like doing my thing, you know, hoping that he'll notice me a little bit more. So I start dancing and then I see him and like two of his other guy friends like doing a huddle. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like they are totally planning to come over here. I knew that they were, like I just had a feeling. I was like, everyone prepare. Like he comes over and starts walking towards us, him and one of his other friends. We're going to name him Tommy. And then we're going to name his friend James. So James comes over with, what did I name him again? Oh, Tommy. Yeah. So James comes over with Tommy, which Tommy is a guy that I think is cute. And James starts talking to Morgan and I'm like, oh, perfect. Like, I just need Tommy to come over and talk to me, whatever. He started coming over to talk to me and I was like, ooh, like I'm ready. I'm excited. And so I was talking, whatever. Then me and him start dancing. You know, he starts teaching me how to salsa dance. So then we end up going to get me a drink. And this man pulls out, I'm not joking, at least $2,000 bills just in his pocket, chilling. Like, I didn't have that money in my pocket at all. And so I'm just like looking down. I'm like in shock. Ended up getting drinks. We went back out to like the dance floor. And I see my friend Morgan with James, which was perfect. And then I see my friend Spencer with their other friend. We'll call him Kyle. So she was with Kyle. Spencer was with Kyle. Morgan was with James. And I was with Tommy. And then our friend Sarah was with this random dude. But it was totally okay. Because we were all just in a circle like this. And then our guys were all out on the outside of the circle. And it was just, you know, we're having a good time. We're like, oh, this is perfect. Like all of Tommy's friends, like my girls, and all my girls like Tommy's friends. So it just ended up being perfect. So then, like, I don't know, I'm talking to him. We're dancing. Everyone is just having a good time. And then Tommy looks at me and he's like, do you want to go back to our penthouse? And I'm like,
yeah.
and so I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, as we're dancing, I'm like grabbing the girls like this. So we're all like bent over like this talking. And I was like, guys, he has money. I was like, ooh.
You got money. He got money. Get it all for him.
We're from Nebraska. We are not used to this life. So I was like, oh my gosh, guys, he wants us to go back to our penthouse. I was like, yeah. I was let's experience this life. So then we end up leaving and we end up meeting the guys out there. So we pull in and we see all these nice cars lined up, like these crazy nice cars. And they're like, no, like you guys can't park in here. We'll pick you up at the Walmart parking lot, which was like down the street. So we start driving there and we're sitting there. We're like, oh my gosh, guys, this is so crazy. Like we're going to Penthouse. And so Tommy and James pull up and they pull up in a nice 2018 or 2019 BMW convertible.
It's like,
they pick us up, which I did some clips of the convertible and like that whole entire night because it was just. Where's the windows right now? Oh my god!
No!
Aaron's gonna be so mad.
Not my problem. Drop the top.
And so we get in and they drive us to their penthouse. The valet guy opens my door.
I was
Like, oh my gosh. I literally stepped out of that BMW and I literally was like, I'm way too poor. So we go in, we walk into the elevator. He presses like the 40th floor and they have this room which has like a mirror and like lights and everything. And then it has like, you get into his actual room, which I will now insert what the penthouse looked like.
Damn, this shit is something else. Holy fuck.
Stay up and watch the sunrise together, which was super cool. Like, the people that we met down there were absolutely amazing. Like, those guys were super cool, and we were definitely way too poor to be in that penthouse. So we stayed there probably till about like 8:30 in the morning. We were all just sitting and talking. As you know, they were from, actually I'm not gonna say where they're from because but we were just talking about where they were from, and absolutely amazing. Like, that was my best night. Like, being in a BMW, being in a penthouse in general, like, was crazy. And like watching the sunrise in Miami, like, and where their penthouse was, it was like their penthouse on the 40th floor, and then it was the beach like right here. So as you're watching the sunrise, it's like the beach is right here. So mind you, none of us slept. So at 8:30 was when they took us back to our car, and we were gonna go to sleep finally at like, I think we went to bed at like 9:30, and then we had to get up at like 2 to leave and check out of our Airbnb, and then me and Spencer had to catch a flight, and then the other 3 were driving back to Nebraska. We leave, they drop us off, mind you, it's 8:30, and there's a car that's parked literally right next to our car. And so they drop us off, and we're walking into our car, and as my friend is unlocking, I look over, and this lady is looking at me, and so I just like I smile, you know, like the little, and she like looks at me, and she was like, "Be safe." And in my head, I'm like, oh my god, this girl definitely thinks that we're hookers, like, who had a BMW convertible, dropped us off at a Walmart parking lot as we're all still in our dresses and our heels. You know, I don't know. I was like, thank you. I don't know. And so then as she like looks over, smiles, and this girl has absolutely no teeth. Oh my gosh. And everything. And as like she's done smiling, I was like, oh my gosh, like, we need to get in the car. Like, it freaked me. I look over at her as I got in the car, and I'm like, dude, everybody look. This girl is looking at her chin and flicking it, and she has like a mirror in front of her, and she starts shooting heroin in her chin after she told us to be safe. And crazy. I was like, no way is she doing heroin in the parking lot right now in her chin. It was a crazy night. I hope that girl is doing absolutely okay. Miami is a totally different atmosphere than Nebraska is. That is my story time and seeing a girl do heroin. My vlog from Miami, that'll be down in the description below. If you guys like today's video, leave a comment and like and subscribe. We try to posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I might post more or on different days, but I'm gonna try to make a schedule of that. If you guys want to see more story times, let me know. I do have a lot that I want to tell in the future. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!